So let's say you want to export this artwork as a JPEG. It's a pretty straightforward process as well. So say for example you've got your artwork ready to go. All you need to do is just go File, Export, and you can usually do Export As if you want to make this the highest quality version JPEG. So what I usually do is go Export, Export As, and then in the Format window I change this to JPEG. So I'll just change the location to desktop, and then I'll use artboards, and I'll just go range. So sometimes when you export an artboard, it will export the full artboard plus the artwork. So we just want to use the range one, or basically whatever artboard we're working with. So let's just say I go export, and then this is where you can choose your JPEG options. So CMYK, RGB, or grayscale. We'll just stick with CMYK, and we'll use the quality as highest, which is 10, or maximum. Leave the baseline standard compression, and we'll always choose 300 ppi for most of the time. You can leave the anti-aliasing on, and then yeah, you can just go okay. The rest is pretty good to go, and then that should export. And then what you have here is a high quality JPEG ready to go. Generally this, if I go File Info, the resolution of this JPEG will be actually quite high, and it will be a 1.1 megabyte file. You can see the dimensions are quite high. This is generally just based off the quality of the image and your artboard size. If you wanted to stay true to size of your artboard, say you wanted to export this as 1000 by 1000, what you can do is go export. You can go export for screens, and then you can actually change what type of format you want to do through here as well. So we'll just go JPEG 100. We're just going to leave it on the desktop. You can untick the location, and just go export artboard, and that should export it here as well. So that will export it true to its size on its artboard. So that basically means that this artboard, it's in millimeters, which is quite confusing. Actually, we should change we'll change it to pixels. So it's actually quite a small artwork, 400 by 473. So, which is why this image that we've exported here is actually quite a bit blurry, and it's a bit pixel because it's 400 by 400. That's actually quite small. So exporting as generally exports a JPEG as a high quality file. There is one more way you can do this is if you go export, and I think if you go say for web, this should allow you to actually change the pixels that you export the image for. This is a great way to actually export images for websites, depending on what you need. So if you just go, we'll go JPEG high. You can also choose PNG and GIF if you really need. We'll just go JPEG high, bump the quality up to 100. And this is probably a really good way to actually do it. This is probably one of the main ways that I export some of my JPEGs if I need if I need the JPEG for a specific size. So let's just say I need this by maybe for a website we'll just go 450, and it should resize its height accordingly, and vice versa if you've got the chain icon chosen. And just choose optimized, just go save, and we'll save it on the desktop. So remember that's 450, and that will be this one. So we can open that. That's a little bit bigger because it's 450, but the quality is still quite small. And if we go info, you can see that the resolution is 450 by 524. Great for websites, that sort of thing. Okay, so the export as function is generally the best way to export your artwork, no matter the size or the resolution, because it's staying a bit more true to size. I don't know the specifics, but it's probably the best way to do it, no matter how big or small your artwork is. Okay? If you have any questions, just let me know.